Joining me now to discuss Schwab's Active Trader Pulse survey and trends and expectations for the remainder of 2021 is Barry Metzger. He's Managing Director and Head of Trading and Education at Charles Schwab. Thanks so much for joining me today, Barry.
Thanks, Alyssa. Great to be here.
So since the coronavirus crash, there's been a notable increase in retail traders. So what does Schwab's survey uncover in terms of this retail trading boom?
Well, Alyssa, the retail trading boom is here to stay, according to the survey. 86% of traders think this trend is absolutely going to continue. At Schwab, we've seen the entrance of younger investors for some time. From 2016 to 2020, more than half of new Schwab retail households were 40 years old or under. But in Q1 of 2021, more than 60% of new households were 40 and under. So the factors around the pandemic definitely helped. It definitely helped light a fire for new investors, but it's not the only factor in terms of why we're seeing this type of growth. Greater ease and accessibility to investing and trading, and example of that are certainly lower minimums and fractional shares. And plus, retail traders now have amazing, sophisticated tools similar to what institutional traders use. And then finally, I would say lower trading costs, and most notably going to zero commission. So the retail trading boom is absolutely here to stay.
Yeah, and retail traders can move stocks, as can be evidenced by the moves that we're seeing in those meme stocks targeted by Reddit traders. And now it even seems like they're shifting their strategy a bit and even going after more traditional growth stocks like AMD, for example, recently becoming a meme stock. So how do you think active traders are shifting their tactics in light of the fact that retail traders can move stocks like institutions?
Yeah, in terms of like trader behavioral trends, we see both veteran and new traders alike digging into their trading strategies and education. Nearly half of traders report spending more time on research before placing trades than they did before March of 2020, which is great news. And on average, traders are spending 7 hours researching and more than 5 hours pursuing trading education each week. Also great news. And we see this reflected in our own data. Viewership at our very own TD Ameritrade network increased 52% year over year compared to the same period before. And traders have a preference for getting their information and research through online news sources and research reports from their own trading firm versus social media, which provides nice engagement opportunities, but less than a quarter of traders are using it for trade ideas and education. So I would say, overall, traders are more nimble now more than ever in this complex environment. And almost half of traders are tweaking plans monthly to adjust to really the ever-changing environment over the last 18 months. Traders are pursuing more complex strategies. And for example, compared to before March 2020, nearly 1/3 are trading options and futures more often. So it's great to see. Also, another note, 35% are trading more via mobile compared to pre-March of 2020, highlighting the importance of having the ability to trade on a mobile device.
Now we are well into the back half of 2021 and COVID-19 is still a very hot topic, whether it's the Delta variant, the vaccines, or other headlines out there, and a major factor in consideration for investors when making trading decisions. So how are developments related to the pandemic impacting active traders' outlook for the remainder of the year?
Well, I would say 1/3 of our traders are bullish on the market, and almost half are neutral on the next 6 months. So there is a mix of optimism and perhaps some caution. And as you said it, Alyssa, the rise of the Delta variant and inflation is clearly weighing heavily on their minds. So traders universally reported that the continuation of the COVID-19 pandemic is their number one concern right now, no question about it. And 87% are concerned about the rise of the Delta variant and the potential market impact through the rest of the year. So 1/3 of traders have already changed their strategies since Delta emerged, opting to increase their exposure to equities, cash, and fixed income. And then among the traders that haven't made changes due to Delta, half say that they may change strategies in the coming months. And this group is looking at increasing cash exposure first and foremost to be more conservative, and then decreasing exposure to equities and investing in more domestic stocks. So you said it, the Delta variant is definitely on the minds of our traders. They do have a bullish mentality, but it is a mix.
Well, in terms of the sectors that active traders expect to perform well over the next year, what would those be? And conversely, what are the areas that traders expect to be more volatile over the next few months?
Yeah, it all depends on what side you're on in terms of the pandemic and how long it's going to last. So we continue to see those mix. Again, traders are trying to make sure that they do have a well-balanced portfolio and for the most part staying invested and ensuring that they're well diversified. In terms of the trends, it's still going to play out in terms of which way Delta goes and inflation. But for the most part, our traders are still bullish, still staying in equities, getting more involved with options, and then taking a look at how the Delta variant takes an effect and seeing potentially taking some things off the table and moving to cash.
So very interesting to hear that retail traders are pretty synonymous with active traders and putting more research and time into making their trading decisions and seeking out educational resources. But with all the twists and turns that are bound to happen in the market, what are your expectations for how this trend is set to continue to unfold as we head into next year?
Yeah, our traders, they're super on top of things. What's great about it is, traders always want new ideas. They've never had enough of new ideas, and they always want to seek out education and become more informed and get better. So the trend of increased use of education and getting trade ideas and staying informed is only going to continue. And it needs to be with all the different choices that you have out there and ensuring that you're on top of making good investment decisions. And again, the great sophisticated tools that traders have at their fingertips now more than ever, you combine all of that, traders who are actively engaged will continue to do so, continue to seek out more information, more trade ideas, and engage in the market.
Thanks to Barry Metzger for breaking down Schwab's Active Trader Pulse survey. And thank you all for watching this episode of Investing Strategies. For Investors Business Daily, I'm Alyssa Corum. Hi there. Thanks so much for watching Investing Strategies on our YouTube channel. If you want more executive interviews and analysis of key trends to watch, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date.